So viewers, in our previous video, we provided a detailed overview of the Windows Desktop Edition, explaining how to use it and the various options it offers. Today, we will explore the Android version of PureVPN and show you the features and options available in this edition. I'll share those details with you now. First, once you install and log in, you will be greeted with an interface like this. On the left side, you can see the VPN tab, and next to it is the Identity section. If you go to Identity, you will find Identity Theft Protection and Dark Web Monitoring. Here you can add your email, phone number, SSN, NID, credit card, and passport information. If any of this data is ever compromised in a breach, you will be able to see it here. You simply need to add them to start the monitoring process. Okay? Then there is the password option, though access is currently limited to one device. Next, we have the eSIM option. If you want to get an eSIM from them, this is a newly added feature, you can click on All Locations to browse. In the eSIM section, you can see the various countries available, along with their respective prices listed on the left. Since we're reviewing the VPN today, we will discuss the eSIM feature another day. Now let's move to the More option at the bottom. In the More menu, you will first see the email address associated with your subscription at the top. By clicking on it, you can view your standard plan details. Here you can see your VPN username, email, plan type, account type, and subscription type. You can also see that this is a 7-day trial, which is set to expire on March 25th. Since today is March 25th, my trial will expire today. Okay, going back, next is the VPN settings. In the VPN section, under the General tab, you can find the Tracker and Ad Blocker, the Always On feature, and the Auto Connect option. The Advanced tab contains the most essential settings. Here you can see the connection protocol options. As you can see, it's set to automatic by default, but there are several other options available. Once you turn off the automatic setting, you can choose any protocol based on your needs. For instance, if you want to use WireGuard, you can select and fix it here. You can also choose IKE v2 or OpenVPN. Whatever you select will be set as your protocol, so you can manually select a protocol like this if you prefer. However, I recommend keeping it on automatic, as it automatically selects the most optimized connection for you. Next, we have the split tunneling option. As you know, I've currently set it to all apps. If you select Do Not Allow selected apps, then the specific apps you choose will bypass the VPN. Conversely, Allow Only selected apps means the VPN will only work for the applications you pick. I'll keep it on all apps for now, as I need it for everything. Okay, next we have the Password Manager. Our current subscription doesn't include the Password Manager. Moving on, we have Support and Preferences. Within Preferences, you can customize the appearance by choosing between light and dark themes. You'll also find acknowledgements, clear preferences, and language settings here. There's a wide range of languages for you to choose from. That covers the settings. Now let's look at the VPN Apps section. In this section, you'll find installation guides for various devices. For example, if you want to download the Mac app, just click here and it will take you to the download link. It directs you straight to the download page. It supports Android, Fire Stick, Huawei, Chrome OS, and many other platforms. I haven't seen such extensive device support in any other VPN service before. Now that we've explored all the options, let's return to the main VPN screen. Okay viewers, we have now set up a split screen. On one side we have our speed test application, and on the other side, as you can see, we have our VPN application. First of all, you can see the United States is selected here, so we will test the speed for the United States to see what kind of speed we are getting. Now the United States is connected, and as you can see here, we have an upload and download measurement meter that shows us how much data is being used. I've started the speed test, and now on the right side we can see the ping. The ping is quite high. We are getting a very high ping here. As we can see, the data speed for the United States mobile application isn't increasing very much. It's around 10, 14, 15, 16, 19. Yes, now it gradually reached about 20. That is a good thing. We reached about 20 on mobile. Let me mention one more thing. Since I'm connected to a 2.4G network, my upload and download speed is likely limited to between 40 and 50. Therefore, we will be able to measure within that range. Okay, high score. We are continuing with this, and after that we will change the server. We will change the server and check once more if we can get a better speed on a different United States server. Okay, so as you can see, it now shows connected. What we will do is now try another server. We can see it's now connected to a different server and the IP is changed. And over there we can see much better speeds compared to the previous server. It is rising quite rapidly. We can say we are getting speeds of nearly 25, 26 or close to 30. The ping for this one is quite similar to the previous server we had, but the speed we are getting here is much better than the last server.
The upload speed is also about the same, so what we'll do is disconnect this and try connecting to another country. Okay, I'm clicking continue, and now we will change the country. From here, we will select the United Kingdom. Now we are connecting to the United Kingdom. As you can see, the United Kingdom is now connected and the IP address is 90.60. Okay, so let's see what kind of speed we get with this IP. The ping here in London is actually a bit lower than what we got in America. We're getting a ping of 202 here, which is quite good. The speed has already crossed 26 to 27 Mbps, which is a positive sign. It seems to have stabilized here. It's not going up or down. Okay, so we will cancel the speed test results from here and try another server. We're switching to a different server now. Let's check Germany. The major countries are listed right at the top. We're trying the Germany server now, and as you can see, it's connected to Frankfurt with an IP address ending in 35. Now, let's see the speed in Frankfurt. We're getting a very good speed here. It touched 35 Mbps and has now settled around 30. The ping is about the same as what we saw previously. The upload speed is also consistent with our earlier averages, though it feels a bit better here. It seems the upload speed is performing quite well. Okay, let's close this and change our country again. We're going back to the locations. This time we'll connect to Malaysia. Let's see what the speed is like in Malaysia. Malaysia is now connected. We are connected via IP address 51.208. In Malaysia, we can see a super ping. It's only 62 milliseconds. That is excellent. And for a 2.4G network, we are getting a fantastic download speed. Sorry, not upload, I meant download speed of 37.5 Mbps. Now the upload speed is showing. In this case, we can see some fluctuations, and the upload speed is quite low compared to the other countries. While the upload speed is lower, the download speed in Malaysia is very good. Okay, so we will turn off the Malaysia connection and move on. We'll scroll down the list a bit further and connect to Romania. We're connecting to Romania now. After connecting to Romania, let's see how the speed is. I believe we can get a general idea that if we connect to a 2.4G network and use an average router, we will see and get speeds similar to what is shown here. However, if our router were better, or if we could connect to a 5G signal, we might have achieved even higher speeds. For now, I'm trying to demonstrate this within my current capabilities. In the future, with your support, I will strive to set up a better network so that I can show you results on more advanced devices. As we can see, the speed on the Romanian server is absolutely super. Okay, now instead of just changing the server, we will change the entire country. So, we have now connected to Hong Kong. Since the connection to Hong Kong is already established automatically, let's check the speed there. With the Hong Kong test, we will be concluding our speed test results for today. If you enjoy our videos and want to see more new content from us, please let us know in the comments what you would like to see next. We will bring you videos on those topics and try to provide all the information you need. At the same time, please support us by subscribing, liking and commenting to inspire us to move forward. That is all for today. Ta-ta, Allah Hafiz, goodbye and good night.